Good morning, students. All last class, Pawan sir finished the first two chapters of revision. Motion in a straight line, motion in the plane, sir completed. Today I will try to finish two topics. First one will be laws of motion. Another one will be work energy and power. We will try to finish the revision of these two chapters in this class. If you consider the laws of motion, only three questions are important in the laws of motion. So name of the chapter is laws of motion. Three questions are there. First question will be what is meant by inertia, what are the different types of inertia. Second one will be state and prove law of conservation of linear momentum. Third one will be maximum safe speed on a banked road. We will discuss that three questions one by one. First question will be what is inertia? Explain three types of inertia. What is inertia? Explain three types of inertia. Inertia means the inability of a body to change its state. That will be called as the inertia. So how we will define the inertia? Inertia, the inability of a body to change its state is called inertia. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? See, for example, you are sleeping, evening, night, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you start sleeping, and morning at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, you want to wake up to that from night 10 up to morning 6, your body is in the state of rest. You are sleeping. Though at 6 o'clock alarm is blown, your body is not ready to change its state. Like that humans, how it is there, for bodies also, in the same manner it will be there. Every body will try to keep in its original position. It is rejecting to change its position. The inability of a body to change its state. Already it is in one state, already it is in the state of rest, already it is in the state of motion. Body is not ready to change its state. That inability will be called as the inertia. Understanding? The inability of a body to change its state will be called inertia. Inertia will be three types. First one will be inertia of rest. Second one will be inertia of motion. Third one will be inertia of direction. So, inertia is of three types. First one will be inertia of rest. Second one will be inertia of motion. Third one will be inertia of direction. How we will define this? What are the examples for this? See, the inability of a body to change its state of rest will be called inertia of rest. So how we will define this one is inertia of rest. How we will define this one? The inability of a body to change its state of rest is called inertia of rest. For example, you are sitting in a bus. Okay, bus was suddenly started. Then what will happen means you will fall backward. You are sitting in a bus suddenly started, you will fall backward. That is due to inertia of rest. What is the meaning of that? Your feet are connected with the floor of that bus. When bus started, your feet will comes into motion, but your upper portion is not ready to comes into motion. That's why you will feel you will fall backward. That is one of the example of the inertia of rest. So many examples will be there. Take a carpet, suspend that carpet in the air, stick the carpet with the beat, carpet or blanket, whatever it may be. Then dust particles will come from the carpet out. That is due to inertia of rest. Like that, so many examples. If you, so many fruits are there for the branch of a tree. If you shake the branch of the tree, that fruits will fall down. That is due to inertia of rest. Like that, so many examples we can say about inertia of rest, the inability of a body to change its state of rest will be called inertia of rest. Second one will be inertia of motion. The inability of a body to change its state of motion is called inertia of motion. Same example we will take. You are sitting in a bus and bus is moving. Suddenly brakes are applied by that driver. Suddenly bus came to rest. Then you will fall forward. Suddenly you are in this what will happen? Bus is initially at rest. Bus has suddenly started, you will fall backward. Here inertia of rest means, inertia of motion means, already bus is in the state of motion, suddenly bus came to stop, then you will fall forward. The feet which is feet of you which is connected with the bus floor came to rest. But the upper body will not came to rest because already it is in the state of motion. It will try to continue that motion. That's why you will fall forward. If you take persons who are taking long jump, person he wants to take a jump from here to here. What they will do, if you observe, they won't jump from here to here. They will start running from here. They will start running from here. They came, by running, they came to here and then they will jump. You observe that persons. So directly, a person is taking long jump means here to here he has to jump means directly he won't jump. By running and fastly and he came, he stops here, then he will jump. What will happen? When he is running, he is having inertia of motion. Suddenly he stops, but the upper body won't stop, so it will help for him. Inertia of motion will help for him to make much more long distance to jump. So like that we can discuss inertia of motion. Third one will be inertia of direction. So inertia of direction, how we will define this one? See, the inability of a body to change its state of direction is called inertia of direction. Okay. For example, your same bus example we will take. You are moving in a curved road. If bus turns towards right, then you will fall towards left. Okay, that is due to inertia of direction. Like that, 3 types of inertias will be there. This is the first question. Second question, if you take state and prove law of conservation of linear momentum. State and prove law of conservation of linear momentum. What is this question? See, when no external force acts on a system, the total momentum of the system will remains constant. That is the statement of law of conservation of linear momentum. What is the statement of this one? When no external force acts on a system, when no external force acts on a system, the total momentum of the system remains constant. This is the statement of law of conservation of linear momentum. How to prove it mathematically? Law of conservation of linear momentum. See. So, for this, I am considering 2 bodies. Here, this is A, this is B. I am assuming its momentum is PA. I am assuming its momentum is PB. So, 2 bodies A and B we considered. Their momentums are PA and PB. If PA greater than PB, they will collide with each other. After collision, let their momentums will be PA dash and PB dash. Its momentum will be PA dash. Let us assume its momentum will be PB dash after collision. Is it clear understanding? 2 bodies are there, A and B. This is before collision. This will be after collision. That is their momentums. Okay. Now, how to prove? What if we prove total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision? The total momentum of the system will remain as the constant. So for this, what we will do is, we will use the formula impulse is equal to force into time. That is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. This formula we will use here. Impulse is equal to F into T, that is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. This formula we will use here. So first of all, impulse experienced by the body A, comma, FA dt is equal to PA dash minus PA. So FAB, this is nothing but this will be PA dash minus PA by dt. Let us assume dt is the time of collision. Impulse experienced by the body A, formula F into T. Here force on A, that is applying by the body B. So FAB into dt is equal to PA dash minus PA, then FAB is equal to PA dash minus PA by dt. In the same manner, impulse experienced by the body B, FBA dt is equal to PB dash minus PB. So what we can write here is FBA is equal to PB dash minus PB by dt. Let it be equation 2. This is 1, this is 2. According to Newton's third law, FAB is equal to minus FBA. So we can write here it as so from Newton's third law, FAB is equal to minus FBA. FAB will be this one, PA dash minus PA by dt minus this value PB dash minus PB by dt. dt will cancel. So this is PA dash minus PA is equal to minus PB dash plus PB. Okay. Then you bring this term to this side, this term to this side. Then PA dash plus PB dash is equal to PA plus PB, or PA plus PB is equal to PA dash plus PB dash. This is total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. So this is nothing but a mathematical proof of law of conservation of linear momentum. Okay. Next, third question. F is equal to MA. Question also derive F is equal to MA. Sometimes they will ask. So how to derive that one? See, simple question only. This is derive F is equal to MA. How the question will be there means state Newton's second law of motion and derive F is equal to ma. Second law of motion, what it is saying is the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the external force acting on it. That is Newton's second law. So here I am considering a body M which is moving with a velocity v. Consider a body of mass m moving with velocity v. What is the momentum of the body means this will be mv. The momentum of a body will be mv. From Newton's second law, we can write F proportional to dp by dt. From Newton's second law, what we can write? External force acting on a body is directly proportional to the rate of change of linear momentum. Then F is equal to some constant k into dp by dt. K will be a proportionality constant. Substitute this value of p here. So k into d by dt of mv. So F is equal to k into m constant. This value will be dv by dt. dv by dt will be equal to acceleration. So k into ma. F is equal to kma. K is the proportionality constant, and experimentally it was found that k value is equal to 1 always. So F value will be equal to ma. Clear? So in this manner we will derive F is equal to ma. State Newton's second law of motion and derive F is equal to ma. This is also one 3 marks question. 3 questions up to now we discussed. State inertia and define inertia and explain the 3 types of inertia. 3 marks question. Next, state and prove law of conservation of linear momentum. 3 marks question. State Newton's second law of motion and derive F is equal to ma. 3 marks question. One 5 marks question is there. Safe maximum velocity on a banked road. Okay. What is that question? See. Maximum safe speed on a banked road. Maximum safe speed on a banked road. What is meant by banking means if you are moving in a curved road. On a, for example, road is straight like this. A vehicle is going on the road, in the road like this. Nothing will happen to the vehicle. If suddenly one curve is came, when it entered, this vehicle entered into the curved road, centrifugal force will act on the vehicle. Here if the vehicle is here, centrifugal force, when a body is moving in the circular path, centripetal and centrifugal forces will act on it. Because of that centrifugal force, there is a chance for the vehicle to jump out of the road. That centrifugal force will help. Because of that, it may jump out of the road. To prevent that, what they will do, outer edge of the road will be little bit higher than the inner edge. Curved road, if you observe, road will not be flat like this. Slightly one end will be little higher, another end will be little lower. It will they will construct slight increase will be there to one edge of the road. That method will be called as the banking. The outer edge of the road is constructed little higher than the inner edge. This is called banking. This angle will be called as the angle of banking. Angle of banking formula tan theta is equal to V square by RG. This concept came for you in the 9th standard. I hope all of you forgotten about it. Don't know issue in that. Formula for the angle of banking will be tan theta is equal to V square by RG. Here now our question is, on a banked road, what is the safe maximum speed? That is the question. So let us assume, let us draw a little bit bigger diagram for your understanding. This is road. One end is little bit higher than the, this is inner edge, this is the outer edge. Road will be like this, little bit higher. Here on the road, a vehicle is there. On the vehicle, totally three forces are acting. Let us assume this is theta. Theta will be angle of banking. If the vehicle is here, on the vehicle, totally three forces are acting. What are that forces means? Weight will act in the downward direction. M is the mass of the vehicle. Normal reaction will act like this, perpendicular to the surface. Normal reaction will act. In the same manner, frictional force will act in this direction. Let that frictional force will be Fs. Three forces will act on the vehicle. What are that forces? Weight mg vertically downward. Normal reaction perpendicular to that inclined surface. Frictional force is Fs, that is acting in the downward direction. I am resolving this normal reaction and frictional force into two components. So this Fs, if I resolve into two components, one component will be like this, another component will be like this. This is theta because this is theta. So this component value Fs cos theta, this component value Fs sin theta. I am resolving Fs into two components, Fs cos theta, this will be Fs sin theta. Normal reaction also you divide into two, then this angle is theta, na? These two are perpendicular, this surface and it will be perpendicular. So this angle will be how much? 90 minus theta, because these two, this and this are perpendicular. If you resolve this into two components, one component will be like this, another component will be like this. This is theta, it will be 90 minus theta. Obviously it will be theta because these two are perpendicular. Theta plus 90 minus theta will be 90. So since this angle is theta, this angle will be theta. Then this component value will be n cos theta. This component value will be n sin theta. Okay. And centrifugal force act away from the road. So it will act in this direction. Its magnitude will be mv square by r. So when a vehicle is on a banked road, totally how many forces? Weight mg, frictional force, normal reaction, centrifugal force. 4 will act. and I am resolving normal reaction into two components, frictional force into two components. Now equate the forces along the x-axis and along the y-axis. First I will equate the forces along the y-axis now. Y-axis upward force is how much? N cos theta. Downward force will be how much? Fs sin theta plus mg. So N cos theta is equal to Fs sin theta plus mg. Clear? Now Fs value will be mu s into n, formula that is. So N cos theta is equal to mu s n sin theta plus mg. Bring this term to this side. N you take common, cos theta minus mu s sin theta is equal to mg. N is equal to mg by cos theta minus mu n sin theta. Let it be equation 1. mg by cos theta minus mu s sin theta. That is along y-axis. Now I will consider along x-axis. Along x-axis. This is x-axis, na? This will be. This is mv square by r. This side fs cos theta, n sin theta. mv square by r is equal to fs cos theta plus n sin theta. We know Fs is equal to mu s into n. This is mu s into n cos theta plus n sin theta. Take n common. mv square by r is equal to n into mu s cos theta plus sin theta. Clear? Okay. No need for the diagram now. This n value is there, na? You substitute here. Here, this n value. Let it be equation 2. Substitute n value in equation 2. What we will get? mv square by r is equal to n value, how much we got? mg by cos theta minus mu s sin theta n value, this is into mu s cos theta plus sin theta. Both sides you cancel. Take this r to this side. V square is equal to rg into sin theta plus mu s cos theta. Just I wrote reverse for easy remembrance. Cos theta minus mu s sin theta. This is V square value. Both numerator and denominator I am dividing with cos theta. Then what we will get? See, V square is equal to Rg. I am dividing here with this cos theta. Here this one also cos theta. Because this value total is divided by cos theta, this is also I am dividing with cos theta. Cos theta by cos theta, mu s sin theta by cos theta. So what we will get here? Rg into tan theta plus mu s divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta. This is the value of v square. V is equal to square root of Rg into tan theta plus mu s by 1 minus mu s tan theta. This is the safe maximum speed on a banked road. Totally 4 questions में inertia, types of inertia, state Newton's second law of motion and derive F is equal to ma, law of conservation of linear momentum, state and prove, say maximum safe speed on a banked road. You prepare these 4 questions in the laws of motion. Tomorrow, in the next class, work energy and power, 4 questions are there. We'll discuss that one.